Let's talk about intelligent system for assessment and development of personal a mentoring study. The article investigates the intelligent HR system and emphasizes the insufficient level of their development in the condition of mentoring implementation. To straighten them, and increase the level of enterprise management in general, the article proposed to develop intelligent system in the direction of mentoring assessment, for which an appropriate evaluation procedure has been formed. As part of the proposed procedure, a scorecard is recommended, which provides for assessing the level of mentoring process, identifying the efficiency of mentoring, to identify difference in the level of in the mentoring process of various structural units of the enterprise, of different departments of the enterprise. The article provides posterior compression according to 2 key criteria. The practical approbation of the order took place in the Lviv IT cluster. We set following goals for our study. First of all, we need to research the intelligent HR system. Then we try to identify areas for improvement of intelligent HR system. Then we try to develop the intelligent system designed to assess mentoring. And we set recommendation for a system of indicators, a scorecard to assess the level of mentoring process in the enterprise and to identify the efficiency of mentoring. And also we did the practical approbation. Let's move to goal number 1, research of intelligent HR system. Intelligent system provides a standardized methodological approach to solving important and rather complex problem and allow you to get consistent and reliable results over time. They are widely used in the enterprise management for planning and scheduling of product development projects, downloading of production capacities of manufacturing enterprise, new product development and selecting of new products portfolio, evaluation of human resource strategies, recruitment and promotion, manufacturing design, and much more. Characteristic of them is the use of artificial intelligence that can simulate intelligent function. Modern intelligent HR system is the complex of technologies. They automate the facilities work with personnel, ranging for everyday data and counting, ending with strategy decision of the development of the enterprise. At the same time, mentoring processes remain outside the functionality of the intelligent system. Also, they have the significant impact on the development of knowledge in the enterprise. In the process of evaluation, it is possible to identify the effectiveness of mentoring, the level of involvement of the employees, its significance, acceptability in view of specific conditions for the implementation of the products and economic activities, etc. Thus, we consider the evaluation of mentoring important for the implementation of effective management of the enterprise in the condition of innovative development. Management decision on action, formation of mentoring program, its development, termination of implementation at the enterprise, etc., depends on its result. That's why the evaluation process requires systematically and structure, as well as proper information support. Consider the process for assessing mentoring and other methods of training, mastering new professional skills, business qualities, employees, the level of HR management, etc. On their basis, we will form the architecture that could implement the functionality of intelligent HR system. So we recommend following procedure for assessing mentoring activities in the enterprise. It includes 5 following stages, as you can see on this figure. So first of all, you need to determine the purpose and objectives of mentoring assessment. Then you would need the information support of mentoring evaluation process. Then it's necessary to select the method intended for assessing mentoring at the enterprise according to the method that has been chosen. You can provide the evaluation of mentoring by implementing of its. And last stage is the generalization of result and management decision. For successfully implementation of recommended procedure, recommended order, we also recommend the scorecard, the system of indicators to assess the level of mentoring processes in the enterprise and to identify the effectiveness of the mentoring. This system of indicators has 2 parts. So first part includes 5 indicators, and you can use it for assessment of the level of mentoring process on the enterprise. It includes 5 indicators, as you can see in this table. It's mentoring plan execution level, the level of expenses for mentoring activities and other types of training of employees, employee loyalty index to mentoring, and also manager's loyalty index to employee mentoring. This table has the essence of each indicator's calculation and criteria values. The second group of indicators are indicators for evaluation of the effectiveness of mentoring in the enterprise. This group has 5 indicators. You can also see in this table the essence of each indicator's calculation and criteria values. So there are the level of stability of the company's personnel, the level of professional development of employees, the level of involvement of personal innovation, the level of quantitative staffing in the enterprise stages, average goal match rank, the level of increase in the productivity production in the enterprise. In order to summarize the result of assessment, we propose to identify the integral level of the indicators, taking into account their weight. This is ensured in the process of using the factorial methods by the formula number 1. So the goal number 5 is the practical approbation of the recommended order. So we did it on the basis of Lviv IT cluster. Lviv IT cluster is the community of IT companies, government, and education that have taken the responsibility to work on development of the industry in the region through education, industry promo, and infrastructure. Lviv IT cluster participants are companies of different size and with different needs. Most of them have experience in mentoring activities that should be evaluated. Thus, the presence of different enterprises in the cluster allows us to evaluate individually by enterprises and identify the level of involvement of employees in mentoring activity in the cluster. To do this, we calculate the indicators intended for assessing mentors activities in the enterprise of Lviv IT cluster. So we calculate each of the indicators that had been recommended as part of the scorecard. On the first table, you can see the values of indicators intended for evaluation of mentoring activities at Lviv IT clusters and venue in 4 different enterprises, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. We carry out an expert assets of the weight of each of the indicators included in the recommended system, in the recommended scorecard. This will reveal the level of mentoring activity at each of the enterprises in Lviv IT cluster, and the results summarized in the second table. We base obtained values of meaning of indicators in weight for enterprises of Lviv IT cluster in the equation 1. As a result, the level of mentoring activity of each of the enterprise was obtained. For the enterprise number 1, it's 0.74. For the enterprise number 2, 0.76. For the enterprise number 3, 0.67. The enterprise number 4, 0.79. Next, we compare the level of mentoring of enterprise in Lviv IT cluster using the online service, which conduct posterior compression according to the Tukey criteria. The results summarized in the table. As a result of the calculation, we can affirm a significant difference in the level of mentoring of enterprises in the Lviv IT cluster and sufficient level of mentoring activity in general in the cluster. And as conclusion, we would like to say that the article subtained the importance of assessing mentoring as a method of personalized training learning, which has a significant motivation impact on the employees of the enterprise and the effectiveness of their activities. To ensure this, approaches to the evaluation of the mentoring enterprise have been studied and summarized, as a result of which the procedure of evaluating mentoring activities and the scorecard are recommended. The recommended procedure provides for summarizing indicators and calculating the integral level of the mentoring activity and identify difference in the level of involvement in the mentoring process of various structural units of the enterprise. It could be also various departments of the enterprise for which posterior compression are provided according to Tukey criteria. Practical approbation of the order took place on the basis of Lviv IT cluster. Further research should explore the possibility of combining the development order of mentoring evaluation with intelligent HR system in the enterprise. It could be Oracle application, SAP R3, or other different intelligent HR system. Thank you for your attention.